Do you want firm arms without giving up a delicious snack? Today I'm revealing my secret snack that keeps your muscles toned and stops those cravings that ruin your diet. I'm Dr. Emma, and in this video you'll discover a simple and nutritious option for when you want something tasty, healthy, and that really helps define your arms. I'll explain why certain foods are key to nourishing your muscles and avoiding hunger spikes. Imagine being at home after a long day, craving something that keeps you energized without overindulging and sabotaging your workout. Here I am, Dr. Emma, to guide you through this little break that will make a difference in your routine. Before we start, let me know in the comments where you're watching this video from, so I can see how far it's reached. Now, join me as I prepare and explain what my favorite snack has to care for my arms. The first thing we include is natural yogurt, a rich source of essential proteins to repair and strengthen muscle tissue. By choosing one without added sugars, you avoid the insulin rebound effect that can increase appetite. Also, yogurt provides probiotics that improve digestion, helping better nutrient absorption. Next, I add a handful of nuts. These small nuts are a powerhouse of healthy fats, especially omega-3s and monounsaturated fatty acids that help muscle recovery and reduce inflammation. They also provide fiber, which helps prolong the feeling of fullness, so you don't feel tempted to snack between meals. Finally, I cut a fresh apple into pieces. This fruit is low in calories, rich in soluble fiber, and has a natural sweet touch that satisfies the palate without adding refined sugars. Pectin, a type of fiber it contains, helps control cholesterol levels and stabilize blood sugar, which positively impacts weight management. By combining these three ingredients, you get a balanced snack that not only feeds your muscles, but also keeps your body steady and active for hours. Plus, you'll avoid the energy crashes typical of less nutritious snacks. So, if you want to look and feel your arms firm, the key is what you put on your plate, or in this case, in your snack. Remember, eating well doesn't have to be complicated or boring, just smart choices. If you liked this tip, don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical nutrition and training advice. Tell me in the comments what healthy snacks you usually prepare to stay in shape. Together we can achieve strong arms and a healthy body. See you in the next video. Take good care and keep nourishing your goals. What I love about this combination is how each ingredient plays its role in caring for those muscles we so want to keep firm. Natural yogurt, for example, is a pure source of high-quality proteins, essential for muscle repair and growth. But it's not just any yogurt. It's the kind without added sugars or artificial flavors, because the idea is to nourish without overloading the body with unnecessary elements. When you eat something like this, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to stay active, without causing energy spikes that later lead to crashes or insatiable cravings. On the other hand, the walnuts get full credit for their healthy fats, which not only benefit the heart, but also help maintain the elasticity and firmness of tissues, including the muscles and skin of your arms. Plus, their crunchy texture provides the perfect contrast to the creaminess of the yogurt, making each bite a pleasurable experience, almost like a small reward you give yourself for taking care of your body. Beyond the flavor, these good fats help keep hunger at bay longer and stabilize blood sugar levels. This is important so you don't feel tempted to grab something quick and unhealthy that ends up sabotaging your goals. And the apple. The apple is a gem in this simple recipe, contributing fiber that aids digestion and helps proteins and fats absorb better. At the same time, its natural sweetness soothes that desire for something sweet without adding processed fructose or chemicals. But what really fascinates me is how this trio works together without feeling like a boring or complicated functional snack. In fact, people often think that to maintain a toned body you have to sacrifice flavor or follow restrictive diets, and that's just not true. With this simple combination, I prove that you can enjoy every bite guilt-free while promoting the health and firmness of your arms. I want you to imagine your muscles absorbing that small but powerful boost of nutrients as this delicious mixture passes through your mouth. Maybe you're thinking a snack like this isn't enough, that you need something more, but the truth is that consistency and quality of what you choose are much more important than occasional excesses or empty snacks. This is a smart option you can prepare in seconds, with few ingredients, yet it has a great impact on how you feel and how your arms look in the long run. Additionally, it helps you maintain that energy feeling through the afternoon, when often our bodies crave rewards that end up undermining our progress. I remember once being in a workshop with a group of people wanting to see results in their bodies, but who always ended up giving in to sudden hunger. I shared this snack with them and asked not just that they try it, but that they incorporate it as a habit. Over time, the feedback was surprising. They not only noticed it helped control cravings, but that their arms felt firmer, less fatigued, and even more defined. This reaffirmed for me how important it is to think of what we eat as a form of self-love and respect, not as a restriction or punishment. Perhaps what I like most is that it is a simple, personal, and totally accessible gesture that can make a big difference if it becomes a habit. Because, in the end, caring for our muscles is not just about looking good, but about feeling strong, capable, and full of vitality in every movement of the day. So next time you feel like having a snack, remember this combination: natural yogurt, walnuts, and apple. You'll not only be nourishing your arms, but also strengthening a path toward a healthier, fuller version of yourself. Thus, each small bite becomes a conscious decision, a step forward, and a way to show yourself that you can care for your body without sacrificing pleasure or comfort. And you know what? That is one of the most powerful feelings you can give yourself. Now, imagine for a moment how, little by little, that small contribution of nutrients begins to take effect. Each bite is much more than simple pleasure. It is a message you send to your body, telling it that you care, that you value the effort you make to stay strong and healthy. That mix of yogurt, nuts, and apple not only satisfies hunger in that instant, but also awakens a positive response in your cells, especially in your muscles. While the proteins in the yogurt work to repair and strengthen every fiber, the good fats from the nuts and the fiber from the apple ensure that energy is released in a steady, sustained way, without those dreaded ups and downs that so harm our discipline and motivation. It's like giving your muscles a silent but deep conversation, telling them, "Here I am, taking care of you," and they, in turn, respond firm, resilient, ready for the next challenge, whether it's a workout, daily tasks, or simply maintaining posture with that strength we all notice and admire. The most beautiful thing about this snack is that you don't need to complicate your life to find that perfect balance between flavor, nutrition, and practicality. While other people fall into the trap of ultra-processed snacks that only feed anxiety and emotional hunger, you make a conscious step towards something authentic, simple, and powerful. The fact that you can prepare this in just a couple of minutes makes consistency natural, almost inevitable. And when something becomes part of your routine effortlessly, its benefits multiply. No rush, no pressure. Just a moment dedicated to you, which really is a moment dedicated to your overall well-being. I want you to think about those afternoons when tiredness hits and your mind looks for a quick, easy, often unhealthy way out. Now think that you have this snack in your hands, which besides nourishing, soothes, nurtures, and accompanies you in the intention to take care of those arms you work so hard to strengthen. Moreover, this small daily act has another invisible yet powerful effect. It becomes a constant affirmation that you decide about your body, that you love your muscles, and want them to stay firm and full of life. That attitude radically changes the relationship you have with food because it's no longer a struggle or battlefield, but a path of self-love. It's curious how giving your body what it needs at the right moment, without excesses or extreme restrictions, starts to make you feel a different kind of energy, a kind of inner calm that shows in every movement. That firmness you desire doesn't just appear on your skin or visible muscles, but in the way you carry yourself, how you face the day with a confidence born from feeling good inside. And if you've ever wondered if this simple choice can really make a difference, I tell you that something magical happens when care is constant and sincere. It's not about a revolutionary change overnight or a miracle, but those small victories that, added day after day, translate into a real and lasting transformation. That snack may seem small, even insignificant compared to the big plans or challenges you have. However, it is that detail that holds the entire structure. It's like building with solid pieces, and as you progress, you see how your arms respond with firmness, definition, and health, without complications or extreme sacrifices. So let me invite you that whenever you have that snack in mind, Visualize not only the ingredients, but the intention behind it. Visualize that quiet determination, that loving care you give yourself by choosing this option, and feel the connection with your muscles, with the energy that flows steadily and balanced. Because really, this small gesture is much more than eating something tasty. It's a way of showing yourself, that you know what your body needs, and that you are willing to accompany it on this path of strength and well-being. And sometimes, it's precisely in those simple, everyday moments where true magic begins, where the story starts that, little by little, leads you to discover a stronger, healthier, and much fuller version of yourself. Now, think about how this little ritual, as simple as deciding to mix creamy yogurt with a handful of softly crunchy nuts and those fresh, juicy pieces of apple, becomes a conscious act that transforms your day. It's not just the immediate pleasure of savoring something delicious, but that deep feeling of giving your body exactly what it needs. As you chew, you feel that with each bite you are building a bridge between care and strength, between intention and result. It's not a matter of momentary willpower nor exhausting sacrifices, but small steps in which consistency sets in almost without you noticing. And that's the secret, making it natural, making taking care of myself synonymous with enjoying and not giving up. Because when that balance settles, something more valuable than mere appearance appears, the intimate certainty of knowing you are doing the best for yourself. The nutrients at that very moment begin to work together inside you, harmoniously and slowly. That protein from the yogurt disperses gradually, delivering to your muscles the amino acids they need, like invisible hands that repair and strengthen every instant, even if you don't realize it at the moment. The nuts, rich in healthy fats, are allies that care for your heart, your brain, and keep your energy stable, helping you avoid the anxiety that often leads you to seek quick but unsatisfying solutions. The apple not only brings freshness and natural sweetness, but also fiber that controls your digestion and regulates blood sugar. Thus, this combo not only nourishes your arms from within, but also contributes to a general well-being that reflects far beyond the surface. And here's what's fascinating, that subtle bond created when you decide to dedicate that minute, that moment, to prepare and enjoy this snack. It's like sending a deep message to your mind and body, telling them that you deserve attention, that you respect the effort you make daily. That intention is an impulse that goes beyond simple food. It's an act of self-love that begins to transform not only how you care for yourself, but also the way you see yourself, the confidence you radiate, and the energy with which you face each challenge. Because it's not just about toning the muscles others see, but about strengthening that inner conviction, that sincere commitment to yourself that endures. So, as you go on with your day, remember that each time you choose this snack, you are reaffirming something powerful, that your body is your companion, that it deserves the best, and that you, yes you, have the power to decide what to give it. You don't need to complicate things or look for magical solutions. True transformation is supported in those everyday gestures. And although all this may seem like a small detail now, the reality is that it is building a solid path, step by step, bite by bite, with patience and determination. That path will lead you to discover not only firm arms, but a deep strength, one born from coherence, respect, and love for yourself. Perhaps you had never thought before that such a simple snack could have so much power, but now, when you choose your next snack, I invite you to see it with different eyes. It's not just food, it is your silent ally. It's a small act of rebellion against easy and fleeting temptations, a declaration of independence toward what you really want for your body and your life. And who knows, maybe that moment when you enjoy your yogurt with nuts and apple is planting the seed of a transformation that goes far beyond the physical, a story that you yourself will discover little by little, with the only certainty that, at every step, you are becoming stronger, fuller, more you, and it is precisely in that quiet consistency where true magic resides. It's not about a sudden change or imposing a demanding routine that wears you out. It's the sum of small decisions made with intention and care towards yourself. By cultivating this habit, you are sending a clear and powerful message to your body. Here is someone who listens, respects it, and is willing to take care of it even in those seemingly insignificant moments of the day. And that message doesn't get lost. It will have much deeper and longer-lasting consequences than you imagine. Because when you nourish your muscles with quality and attention, those muscles begin to respond, to strengthen, but also to support you in unexpected ways. You realize that your body is not an enemy or a demanding machine, but a partner who wants to move forward with you, who appreciates those small acts, and who, little by little, shows it with more energy, better performance, and a firm tone that appears without you making great efforts. That is why this snack is not just food, but a gesture that builds your relationship with yourself. By choosing this combination, you are not only nourishing your body, but also creating a space for pause, for self-recognition. It is that necessary breath in such a fast-paced world where we often lose connection with what really matters. A moment to connect with yourself, to celebrate that silent commitment that is not always seen, but is felt in the trust that grows from within. And perhaps the most valuable thing of all is that, without realizing it, you are building a new narrative. A narrative where self-care is not a burden, nor an obligation, nor a sacrifice valued only by external results. That narrative is what takes you further, supports you when doubts arise, and reminds you that you deserve more than just visible strength. You deserve a deep and real strength born from love and coherence with yourself. So, the next time you prepare that yogurt with walnuts and apple, take it as an act of personal revolution amid the noise of the day. Give yourself permission to feel it, to savor it without rushing, to acknowledge that you are doing something important, not just for your arms, but for everything you represent. Because every small bite is an affirmation of your power to choose what truly nourishes you, not just your body, but your soul. And when you understand that, when you really feel it inside, you will be surprised at how that invisible strength grows, and how you begin to walk with a confidence that didn't need mirrors to prove its worth. In the end, it's not just about having firm arms, but living with the conviction that taking care of yourself is not just another task, it is the foundation of everything else. Thus, with the simplicity of a well-chosen snack, you are opening a silent door to a power we often underestimate, the power to love ourselves through everyday actions, to be patient with our process, and to build authentic, solid well-being. Much more transformative than you ever imagined. And there lies the beauty, in discovering that greatness also dwells in the small, and that every walnut, every bite of apple, and every spoonful of yogurt can be the beginning of an incredibly personal story, where true strength has always been waiting for you to invite it out.